Hi everyone, Paul Morbid here, Morbid Team Entertainment and Bolex Repair Philippines. Welcome to episode 13 of an overhaul on a non-Rex Bolex H-16. So, I'm going to go ahead and dive into this right here. I've got to do a lot of extensive work, as we can see, and through all the video series on this particular H-16 non-Rex. I had to go ahead and dismantle the governor. Again, as I've said before, if you don't have any experience in doing this, this is something you don't want to do, but I have extreme rust in this model. Okay? Just for the sake of argument, I have, with my pen, made some markings down here at this screw, but it's going to make very little difference when it goes to set this thing back. With the weights and everything on here is what these are. My pencil eraser at the end of there. These things are really just a pain in the backside. At any rate, I'm going to go ahead and get started on this. And I have got to remove these screws right here. 1 and 2 at the end of my pencil eraser. So, I'm going to go ahead and get started on that and see how much resistance I have with all this rust. Ooh, yep, there's a good bit of resistance. No surprise. Let me take care of that and get back to you. Okay, I just loosened up this screw. It took me, it finally just kind of snapped. It didn't break, but it just snapped free, rather. And even though it's gnarled, I have to replace it. There's just no other way to get it off with all the extreme rust. This one, I've also got it to move, and that's always a good thing. So you can see that we got movement there. Remove that, put it down there at the bottom along with the washers, and again those have washers to them, and I'll show you in just a moment. This one, we'll go ahead and free that up. And there we go. And I will show you those washers and the other screws we got to remove. Okay, so you get that screw there. You have 2 screws, and each one has 2 washers. There we go here, of course, and there at the governor. Next, under this plate where the 2 screws were at the governor, there are 2 more washers under that. So we're just going to slide this back and remove it, and those 2 washers will come right out. Alright, just like that. Move this piece here. Lots of rust all in there. Of course, all this has got to be cleaned off. And 1 washer, 2 washers. Alright, there we go, and then the piece right here. Alright, let's continue. Okay, next I need to flip this entire plate over and remove these 2 screws that also hold in the governor. Okay, I have finally loosened up these 2 screws right here to the governor, and believe me, it was not fun with all that rust. It never is. So we do have movement. By the way, with my thumb at the bottom, as you can see, I'm holding the governor down there, just to let you know, just like so. So when I remove these 2 screws, it's not just going to fall out. Alright, so performing the obvious right here. And believe me, when you buy a camera like this, one of these Bolex, and it's just been treated so badly, humidity, extreme rust, doing your best not to have to drill these screws out and overhaul as less as possible is what you're looking for. Alright, the 2 screws are out. Okay, I'm trying to free up these 2 screws. They're really stuck in there. just like these two were here at the Governor, and it's just all that rust and corrosion. And let me show you why I want to remove these. You see, I don't want to go ahead and remove this Governor yet. I want to go ahead and take those two screws off at the bottom down here because of this gear right here meeting with this gear of the Governor, this worm gear right here, because I don't want to strip or crack any of these gears. All right, the corrosion, as you can see, is so bad in the rust. We'll see what we can save. All right, I'm still having a lot of trouble with those other two screws, but the Governor on the bottom here seems to be working free, this part. So you can actually get your screwdriver under it. There's a little notch right up under there. I can show the focus. There we go. The notch is right here. You can actually get a screwdriver up under that. As you can see, it's starting to work free just a touch. Alright, so the thing is not to damage these gears right here by my pencil eraser. So, work that up just a bit. There we go. And here we have it working. Just like that. Okay. Move there. You can see all the rust inside. Okay. Put that off to the side. And we'll just slide this part of the Governor right out with the worm gear. And you can see all the rust there. So essentially all this has got to be cleaned. Alright, do contact me at Bolex Repair Philippines FB page for parts, servicing, and questions. The same, Bolex Repair Philippines at gmail.com. Do click that bell and subscribe. For faster response, Twitter at PaulMorbid. And for gory experimental horror films, visit the Morbid Team Entertainment page.